Hey guys, and welcome back to another video here at Motorsport Madness. I am back. It's been about a week since my last upload, and today we're going to be taking on the Targa Florio once again in this, which is probably to a lot of you very recognisable. It is the Mercedes 300 SLR. A famous car for good and bad reasons. This was the car which was involved in the 1955 Le Mans tragedy. It was a tragic accident, but also known for other things, including this one, which is the 1955 Targa Florio, which was won by Sterling Moss and Peter Collins as well, who completed, I think it was about 15 laps or 14 laps, which took them 9 hours and 43 minutes. An unbelievable feat. And eventually, because of that result and the other Mercedes 300, which was driven by Fangio and I've forgotten. It was I know it's a German, but those results meant that Mercedes won the 1955 World Sports Car Championships, which is now known as the World Endurance Championships. And could you imagine modern day endurance cars taking the Targa Florio in an actual competitive nature? Maybe we should explore that on this channel, as we are madness. But we're going to take this around. I don't expect to beat the lap record. I don't expect that at all. But I'm expecting maybe 45 minutes. This will take, so we're in for a long run, and but along the way we'll have a chat, because it's been a long week for me personally, and I'll be talking about that because I've now moved house, and hopefully the audio is a little bit better. I have got some soundproofing boards over there. I've only got a couple up so far. I haven't fitted the rest of them yet, but anyway, let's get into this. Alright then, here we are in the cockpit of the Mercedes 300 SLR. We've got the other seat there, which is obviously unoccupied. We've also got an aero brake. You just about see it there. It's pretty cool. So it's a lovely model, it really is. It's made by Legion. I'll put a link in the description as normal. Targa Florio. It's been a while since I've been on this track, so let's have some fun then. And we are away. Nice start. It's a very nice car to drive this. It does feel very heavy, but you can really control this really nicely, especially around a track like this. It also sounds nice as well. So what's been happening with me then? Well, this time last week, I'm recording this on the Thursday and possibly uploading on the Thursday as well. I moved house, and now in my own flat. It's a lovely little flat actually. It's a studio, but it's a big studio. I've got my own kitchen and my own bathroom, garden, everything. It's like a one bedroom really. And moved in Thursday. And it's the first video that I'm making in this flat. So if I'm talking too loud, I'm sure the neighbours will let me know. And yeah, this is actually the first flat I've been in. So, you know, I've been for the last year living at a friend's house. Now originally I was only going to be there for 2 weeks, but that ended up being just over a year. And all my previous videos have been from there, except for the Brands Hatch and the latest Monaco video, which has gone down very well. I'm really happy with that. And now here I am in my own flat. I've been here for a week. Still quite a bit of a mess around, but well, what do you expect? Probably just moved in, so it's mainly just boxes. It's just everywhere. And then to make matters a little bit more spicy, I was going to start recording again on Monday. So I got my, my sim rig out. Because I don't have a dedicated rig or anything like that. It's literally just an old Thrustmaster wheel and pedals, which work fine for me. I don't need anything more, extreme than that. And I thought, well, I was at Brands Hatch Sunday, so I thought I would drive a few cars around Brands Hatch, see if I can beat some of the lap times that we were witnessing there. I'll talk more about that in a minute as well. That's my mic. Still trying to figure out the right position for that. And I was driving a Porsche 907K around Brands Hatch. And I'm just coming over Paddock Hill Bend. And then all of a sudden my steering felt really odd. And I came up to bridge, braked as normal, and the car just went straight on. I steered to the right, nothing happened. And the car just wouldn't turn. I thought, have I broken something on the car? So I restarted it, and my steering just would not work. And so I thought, well, obviously there's something wrong with the actual wheel itself. Initially I thought it was an electrical problem, but no, it was a mechanical problem. One of the connections between the wheel itself and like a motorized input thing had snapped. It was like a tiny little plastic piece, and I tried to glue it back on. I've had that wheel for like 4 or 5 years, and I wasn't really expecting it to last much longer. And it died, so I had to fork out some money for a new one, which I have got a new one now, which it feels really nice. The force feedback is really quite heavy on it, and it's going to take me a while to get used to. This is the first time I'm properly using it, and a new set of pedals as well, which the resistance on my throttle is really hard. It's almost like pushing down a brake pedal, which I need to sort out, because it really doesn't feel right. But yeah, that was the last thing I wanted when I just moved into my flat, which cost me a lot of money so far. And also the washing machine broke just minutes later. So luckily it seems like it won't need to be repaired. It just, replaced. It just needs to be repaired, which I should be able to do. So hopefully that won't cost me a load more money. But yeah, that was a really big annoyance. But yeah, Brands Hatch, that was absolutely fantastic. That's the first time I've ever been to some sort of, a race. And it was the Masters Historic Festival. I'm putting up photos for you to see now, because I got some cracking photos, and it was a really good experience. We saw old touring cars, classic sports cars like these, including some Lola T70s, McLaren. I forgot. I think it was the M1. Oh no! Oh dear. Yeah, the McLaren M1 and a few Chevrons as well, and it was just absolutely fantastic. Like the sound and speed of some of those things, and thinking that those kind of cars, especially the Lola T70s, raced on this track that we're driving on now. It's absolutely amazing. We also had classic endurance cars as well from the late 90s and early 2000s. And they were really loud, surprisingly. I didn't think they were going to be that loud, but they really were. And the speed of those things, they were getting around the circuit about 1:13s. It was crazy. And I had some Peugeots, Mazdas, MGs, yeah, those kind of things. So LMP ones, LMP 2s and 3s, and GT cars as well. But then you had the Formula 1 race, which is made up of all cars from the late 1970s, whoops, and early 1980s. So you had Fittipaldi F5A. You also had the McLaren MP4-1. You also had a... Come on. Nope. I think there's a Wolf as well. Oh no, sorry, there's a Shadow DN9. That was crazy loud. And just so quick. It was just amazing to see. And then the endurance cars came out again later on. And yeah, it was just fantastic. And the lovely weather. Just a full day of racing. All for 20 quid. It was just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. And now I'm looking at other historic racing events that are taking place across the UK. Got several of them. Obviously got the Goodwood Festival of Speed, which is later this month, which I've got 2 tickets to. So I've got on the Friday and the Sunday. And I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm also considering going to the Revival as well, but that's a lot more expensive than the Festival of Speed for some reason. But I've also got the Silverstone, the Classic, which again is very similar to the Masters Historic Racing Festival, but it's just a whole lot bigger. It's like that and Goodwood Revival combined. I think they're even demonstrating like up-to-date Formula 1 cars, so that should be really good, but the cost for that is the same as the Goodwood Revival, so I'm kind of in 2 minds of what to do really. But one day I'll go to it. Also got the Le Mans classic races as well, which I'd love to see one day. I mean, I would go and see, you know, the actual Le Mans 24-hour, but you know, I'd rather see the classic cars like the Porsche 917s, Jaguar Type Ds, Ford GT40s, you know, that kind of thing. Because LMP 1s and 2s, they're interesting, they're cool, and they're really fun to drive. But, you know, there's just something about them that I'm just not really interested. I feel like I'm doing quite well here. See, Sterling Moss and... Ooh, I'll say that every time. I'm just going to shut up about my own driving. But yeah, Sterling Moss and Peter Collins, when they finished the race, which they completed 9 hours and 43 minutes, the car was absolutely battered. I don't know if there's a picture of it anywhere, but descriptions state that the car was just destroyed, but they still managed it. That got me thinking, maybe since obviously the Targa Florio isn't around, well, it still exists as a rally event, and it is officially a continuation of the original Targa Florio, and I think it runs on this very circuit as well. But really cool Because we have the virtual 24 hours of Le Mans and virtual F1 and that kind of thing. What about a virtual Targa Florio? So various YouTubers and streamers take part in a race on this track, you know, over a certain amount of laps, let's say, I don't know, 14 or 15, in cars from like the 60s and 70s, so like the fast time. I wouldn't suggest doing this in cars from the early 1900s, because that would just take too long. As we found out, it takes over an hour to get around this track in the old Renault. But yeah, that would just be really cool, because just endurance racing, whilst it's not really my main interest, is obviously Formula 1. But just to do races like that on tracks like this for such a long period of time really does, it's just so interesting to me. Come on, I know it's steep, but come on. Am I going in second gear? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, I did. But yeah, that kind of thing would be really cool, because I've been trying to set up like a time trial kind of race here, just like they used to, but so far haven't had any success. And to be fair, when I was trying to set it up, I was also trying to pack up my stuff and move house. But yeah, speaking of that, I should be back up and running and uploading regularly now. Oh no. But even like a 24-hour virtual classic Le Mans, that would be really cool. It's okay, we're sticking to history here by bashing into every barrier in the house that we see. Come on, turn. You can really feel the weight of this car when you're driving it. But the suspension is really nice. You can kind of see it sort of bobbling about. It's not just there in a straight line. You can really kind of feel the suspension really working overtime at the moment. And speaking of suspension working overtime, I just downloaded the VRC Formula Alpha 2022. What a car that is! That's just next level immersion from virtual racing cars there. Basically, if you don't know what it is, and I'll be covering it on my channel very soon, it's the 2022 Formula 1 car. But the amount of customization options you have to you, it's just insane. Like, for a $5, you can change the style of the rear wing, front wing. You can adjust the angle of them, obviously, like you can do anyway. But you can take off the gurney flaps, take off the wing on the the aero wing on the halo. You can even take off the sort of tape that covers up gaps in the car. And and the most impressive thing, depending on your setup, the car will porpoise. And I tested this. I went on Spa and Baku, so two very fast tracks. and going down the straight at Baku, just before I reached the bus stop chicane at Spa, the car did indeed porpoise, and it was quite weird because I just thought I was going over like a bump, but no, it was the car porpoising. It was really weird. And it's even weird on Baku because as soon as you open the DRS, that's when it starts. But yeah, like I said, I'll be covering that car in a video very soon. I'm hoping to get a few videos out this week and next week to make up for lost time and that kind of thing. This bit always catches me out. So I have plenty of ideas for new content. And they're not just ideas where I'm like, we should do this. They're just ideas that come into my head. And obviously this month we are going to be beginning our historic F1 series. Started with 1950. I'm going to be driving the Alfa Romeo 158. Now there's going to be a second trailer coming out hopefully next week, where it will showcase the tracks and the cars and the drivers that will be taking part in the first season, which is 1950. And obviously if you know history, you'll know exactly what tracks we're going to, but we are actually adding 2 more to the calendar just to make it a little bit longer. And don't worry, they're not like tracks like bloody, I don't know, Baku or Miami. You know, they are old circuits which were in use at the time, so they are historically accurate. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. That should be fun. First time I do anything sort of competitive on this channel, apart from obviously my Dirt Rally series. But no, it should be fun. Really looking forward to it. Just making the last preparations now. Okay. So we're almost finished with Sector 2, or Stage 2. We're doing pretty well. We haven't gone dramatically off the circuit or anything like that. And I'm still getting used to this new wheel, because the main difference being the force feedback is a lot more extreme and noticeable than the last one. But also the rotation on my old one was 180 degrees. On this one's 270. So I could turn the wheel a lot more than what I normally, well, what I'm used to. I do like driving this car. It's a really nice car to just drive, because sometimes I will admit, if I'm just, you know, a bit bored or just chilling, I will just take a car and just drive it around this track. And one of those was this car, and I thought, well, let's try and achieve a fast time in this. That's why I'm here. Now, obviously, I want to continue these Targa Florio challenges, but for now, we're going to be sticking to vehicles that did genuinely race on this track. This including this one, and the next one, which I'm going to be taking on this challenge, which I won't reveal what it is, but it's from the 60s. And I've seen a lot of photos of this particular car on this circuit. So I know it definitely drove on this track. So don't come at me saying that it did. Also love this mirror as well. It's almost like a mirror you see in the bathroom. And that's it. And it's so small, I've barely noticed it this entire journey so far. Alright, so over the bridge. To my left. Whoop. Oh no. No. We're fine. I feel like I am getting better at this track. Like going all my previous videos on this circuit, or this challenge, or this race, whatever you want to call it, constantly just going into barriers. But then again, they are there to keep me on the road. And I feel like I'm doing that a lot less now. I'm starting to sort of learn the track. Like that hairpin just there. In my previous videos I've always forgot about it. But now I know it's there. Come on. Funny. That could be easily done. You can really just throw this car around sometimes. Yeah. So what did you guys think of the Indy 500? That was a few days ago now. Marcus Ericsson was the winner, and this was the first time I ever watched the Indy 500. Let me just sort that out. I thought it was quite good. I missed the first hour or so, so I was still coming back from Brands Hatch. We didn't leave till like 5:30, and I thought it was quite good. I think I tuned in with there being about 80 laps still to go, but I was really pleased for Marcus Ericsson. Obviously he had a slightly tough time in Formula 1, and it always makes me happy seeing a ex-F1 driver doing well in IndyCar. But yeah, I was thoroughly entertained, especially those last 2 laps. My heart was going because I really wanted, by that point I really wanted Ericsson to win it. But yeah, it was good. Disappointed for Herta though. But I hear he's not very good at oval races. Which leads me to believe, now this is my opinion, I want to see Herta in Formula 1, and I really believe he will do well in Formula 1, and I think he should replace Daniel Ricciardo. Now, don't come at me with all your comments or whatever. I do really like Daniel Ricciardo, I really do, but I think now his time has come to sort of wind down, and his best years are behind him. And I think he should probably be better off at a smaller team, getting points here and there, and not really going for race wins. And I think Herta, especially being him a McLaren development driver, I think genuinely he should replace Daniel Ricciardo at McLaren. I think a Herta Norris lineup would be excellent. It would be so cool, especially considering them two had already raced with each other before in Formula 3, and that was before Herta went on to race in Indy Lights. I think he went to Indy Lights before going to IndyCar. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I was watching it. But what's that about drinking milk? Like, when one of the commentators said, "Oh yeah, he gets to drink the milk now," I was like, what's he all about? Is that just like a saying or whatever? I don't know. And then they actually came across with a bottle of milk, and I was like, huh? What's all that about? And I haven't googled it yet. So someone please tell me, what is all that about? So I was expecting a podium with, like, you know, traditional things like champagne and a trophy and stuff. And there was a trophy there, a pretty big one. And I'm thinking, if I ever won that, I've got nowhere to put it. Yeah, that podium celebration, albeit is probably, you know, traditional, but I was a bit weirded out, to be honest. It was just, it just felt so weird. Sorry to any IndyCar fans that might be watching. I do like IndyCar, and looking forward to, well, I don't know what it's actually called, but I know that Detroit Belle Isle, and this will be the last race at the Detroit Belle Isle circuit, as they're going back to downtown like they did in the 80s with Formula 1. I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, it should be good. Yeah. And obviously Formula 1 going to Baku next week. That should be fun. Baku is always entertaining. I definitely enjoyed last year's. That was good. Really happy for Sergio, especially now when he won at Monaco. So it's hard to talk when you're driving the car like this. But yeah, really happy for Sergio for winning Monaco. I know a lot of people say Monaco is bad, and the discussion is still continuing. Days after the race, people are still debating and talking about Monaco, and of course people will talk about it until it all gets resolved, but I really do feel like things need to change, and I don't want it removed from the calendar, not at all. I think removing it from the calendar would be a complete nail in the coffin for Formula 1, because it's just, if they did that, I feel like they're just removing all traditions with Formula 1. Since the race started so long ago, and it's been going on since then, you know, it'd be like you might as well just cancel Le Mans. It'd just be awful. But I do feel like things need to be changed. I think last weekend was probably the most entertaining one for a long while, but again, it's quite frustrating, especially the ending where we had, you know, Red Bull, Ferrari. They could not overtake each other at all. They were just behind each other. It was just so frustrating to witness. But but I do agree with someone's comment in my last video who mentioned that he believes that a lot of the corners should be widened and opened up. And yes, I completely agree with that, especially around swim pool complex. I think that should be just more open, make it faster, and turn 1 as well doesn't need to be that tight. It never used to be, so why is it now? Maybe they should just go back to the 1960s layout. That'd be fun, right? And yeah, remove the chicane after the tunnel as well. I think that just completely ruins any overtaking opportunities. Damn it. Ooh, there's a sign there. Alright, I'll go this way. I'm just gonna go on the right. But yeah, and maybe extending it. Now, just before we get to the tight right-hander before the tunnel, that's a roundabout. And if you go to the left, it takes you on a road that takes you down the coastline. And eventually you'll get to a hairpin turn which takes you back up towards the tunnel. So maybe they should go down there, which makes the run to the tunnel and the run to the chicane a lot longer. Have a DRS zone and have the opportunity to overtake cars. I think that option should be explored. Now there is a map available for Monaco, and not Monaco when it's, you know, on a race weekend. It's Monaco as a free roam map, so you can just drive around Monaco. You can drive on the track when it's not a track, when there's not a race going on. It's really cool, but I've used it as a way to drive around Monaco and explore areas where a possible track extension could take place. I mean, they've changed Monaco in the past, so why are they so intent on not changing now? I do not know. Because the cars are only going to get faster, let's be honest. No. Ah. Come on. Alright, so we're definitely stage 3 now. Still got a little while to go. If you're still with me, then please, thank you, I guess. I've been getting a lot of views lately, and I've been really happy with them. Honestly, I really have. And if you're new and subscribe to this channel, then welcome. I really appreciate your support. I really do, thank you. But back on to Monaco. Basically, the cars, I think, in the next regulation change, which is 2026, I think. Oh no. I've done this before. The cars are scheduled to be smaller, but not like drastically smaller. But it's not really an issue of size, it's about the wheelbase. They're just so long now, it's just virtually impossible to get past. It was hard in the 90s, it's even harder now. It's almost impossible, but you did see Gasly making quite a lot of overtakes, which were really impressive to watch. In areas that we haven't seen overtakes for a long time as well, so it was really cool to see. But yeah, I'm really happy to be in my own place. I'm in a really nice location. I'm literally in the town centre, and I've got, you know, all the big shops near me. Railway station not too far away. Beach right near me. I've got everything I need so close to me, and it's a really nice area. Really nice. I've got to admit that the reason I didn't move out into my own place before, well, not only for financial reasons but also mental reasons as well. Because just the thought of, you know, being on my own, and at a time, you know, I struggled with depression, like big time. I really struggled with it, and in some cases still do now. I know the other night I was struggling, and, you know, just this whole moving out into my own place thing kind of got on top of me a bit. I was still trying to take it all in and start to think, well, was this a mistake? You know, is really what I can do? And I know I can do it, but it's just a huge sort of shock to the system, which I kind of expected, but I didn't really think it would hit me that quickly. But yeah, for years I wanted to move out, but my head just, I couldn't. I really just couldn't. And this is why, probably why, yeah, hold on. Come on, there you go. It's probably why I enjoy sim racing so much. I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. Now I started playing like F1 games really sort of about a year ago, and I enjoyed those, I really did. And then I got Assetto Corsa, because I saw a few of Jimmy Broadbent's videos and GP Laps videos, and I was just like, that game looks really cool. So yeah, I bought it, and yeah, I thought it was fun. But I saw the amount of mods and community mods that were available, and I thought, wow, there's just endless opportunities. And then I got my VR headset, and everything just changed. Because for me, it's almost like an escape. Like I'm in my own world. Don't need to worry about anything or anyone. I could just, you know, pop this headset and just have fun. Because that's what I'm here for. I'm not here to, you know, I'm not here with this channel with the aim of, you know, trying to get X amount of subscribers, X amount of views, X amount of, you know, trying to get loads and loads of money. No way. I'm here to have fun, because I enjoy playing this game, and I just, there's been so many moments whilst I've been playing this game, before I had the channel, where I'm like, you know, I wish that was on camera, or it was just so much fun, so many great races, and just, yeah, it was incredible. And that's why I set this up, to just share it and hope to entertain as many people as I can. And, you know, I don't really take this seriously at all. Sometimes I do. I'm sure when the historic historic F1 series begins, I will take it somewhat seriously, because there's a championship tour. But most of the time, I really don't, and I'm just having fun. And the reason why I set this up was just to entertain people, you know, because for a few years I've kind of become who I've kind of wanted to be. Like, I enjoy making people smile, I enjoy making people laugh in real life, and just having fun, because that's what I want to do. I don't want to take life seriously, I just want to have fun. And this is partly where this channel comes in, and I hope I'm doing a decent job. As we're now on the straight, so we're almost at the end. I don't know how long this has taken. We have got a thing up there which will tell me my time at the end, and I need to scratch my ear. So it's really itchy. I can feel the speed of this thing. This is a 1950 speed. This is probably about, I don't know, I'd say 160 mile an hour. I think There isn't a speedometer on here. What is there? What's that? Oh, that's the water. Oh no! See, because I'm learning German, I know what that says. That says Wasser, which means water. But I should stop looking. I should concentrate, because, yeah. But yeah, and sim racing is just so much fun. I've always kind of wanted to do something like this, even before I really got into motorsports. So you know your speed because that straight becomes shorter each time. Because that seemed to go on really not long at all. But yeah, and I feel like sim racing does kind of translate to real life in a lot of ways. Because a few years ago I went karting around the circuit and I was terrible. I was bottom of the table each time, seconds off the pace, it was rubbish. But then a couple of months ago I went to the same track with a good friend of mine for like a birthday treat for me, and found myself in sort of a higher to mid table each time, and also beat my friend almost every time as well. And you know, I found myself consistent, you know, finding the racing line, finding the ideal braking points, and getting really good times, overtaking people, allowing people to pass me who are faster than me. And I put that down to this, because what else is it going to be? Because I don't drive in real life. And people criticise this hobby, because it is a hobby. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a game, because it is a game, has got gaming element in it, but it's more of a hobby to a lot of people. If people want to do this, so be it. If people say, oh, it's not real racing, it's the closest most of us will ever get to doing anything like this. Would anyone be able to drive this kind of car around the Targa Florio at this kind of speeds now? No. Would anyone be able to take any F1 car? No. There we go. I thought we were stuck for a second. But yeah, would anyone be able to drive any kind of Formula 1 car? No. Or even your favourite car which costs a lot of money, would you be able to drive that? No. Because you haven't got the money. You might have an experience, but to just sit down and have an experience like this, it's priceless. Where you can drive any car you want, anywhere you want in the world. It's actually sim racing. And as I finish that statement, we crossed the line. 46 minutes and 22 seconds. That's actually pretty good time. That's 8 minutes slower than my fastest time, which was achieved in a Matra MS10, which we will beat. We will beat next time. I feel like the next car I'm going to be driving on this, it's going to be that, I think. But that was really fun. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It's gone there. Right guys, so that was the Targa Florio in the Mercedes 300 SLR. Fantastic, historical car, full of just, it's so recognisable, one of the most classic cars of the 1950s. So recognisable, it's just beautiful, it just looks good, and lovely seats as well. There's an invisible wall there, I know there is. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed, and it's been fun returning. There's going to be plenty more videos coming from me this week and next week and a week after. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm back. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed, and obviously if you're in the UK, have a great bank holiday and celebrate sensibly as well. Oh, I don't know. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. I've got plenty more content coming your way, and so it's going to be busy for me, but we're gonna have fun doing it. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and do whatever. Comment, dislike, like, share, do whatever you like. I don't mind. I'm happy either way. So thank you so much for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.